Hello and welcome, I'm Thomas Porteous and you're watching NewsX World. Let's take a look at some of the top stories. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskiy says he expects a strong US reaction if Russian leader Vladimir Putin refuses a bilateral meeting. He notes it is unclear what territorial concessions Moscow might offer, adding that Budapest as a venue for future talks is challenging. Ukrainian officials say a Russian attack killed one person and injured at least 18, striking a US electronics manufacturer in Mukachevo. Authorities report 15 also hurt in a further missile strike that destroyed storage facilities as the region's governor confirmed the plant produced consumer electronics. The Israel Defense Forces says it has begun the first steps of its controversial military assault on Gaza City after calling up tens of thousands of reservists. This comes as the Netanyahu government considers a new ceasefire deal accepted by Hamas to pause nearly 2 years of war. Hamas has responded to the start of Israel's new attack on Gaza City, calling it a blatant disregard for efforts to broker a ceasefire and hostage release deal. Critics inside and outside Israel warn that the new offensive will endanger hostages, displace hundreds of thousands, and worsen an already dire humanitarian crisis. Vice President J.D. Vance and Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth will visit National Guard troops at Union Station amid protests chanting "Free DC." The scene marks the latest flashpoint in President Donald Trump's crackdown across the nation's capital. President Donald Trump's administration has imposed sanctions on 2 judges and 2 prosecutors at the International Criminal Court over the arrest warrant issued for Israeli officials. US Secretary of State Marco Rubio called the court a national security threat and an instrument of lawfare against the US and Israel. US Vice President J.D. Vance says European nations must pay the lion's share for Ukraine's security guarantees as Kyiv demands protection from Russian aggression. He notes Russia seeks some Ukrainian territories while President Trump pushes a peace deal that rules out US troops but could include American air support. Chinese President Xi Jinping urges unity during a surprise visit to Lhasa, marking 60 years since China established the autonomous region after annexing Tibet. Xi praises local officials for fighting separatism, but his speech avoids any mention of the Dalai Lama. We start this hour